girls, children of all ages. Welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, a big weekend in pro wrestling. We had GCW for 3 shows down under in Sydney, Australia, with Renegades of Wrestling. We have Rev Pro, we have Progress, we have AEW, all in London at 3 of their 4 iconic venues. What is not a better weekend to be a wrestling fan? We got AEW All In tomorrow at Wembley at the Copper Box Arena. We have Rev Pro 11th anniversary. Progress is actually, where are they at this weekend? They are in London as well. Let's take a look here. They got Chapter 154. It's clobbering time. They are in the Electric Ballroom. I'm not sure when that show will actually be on. Rev Pro looks like a pretty decent show. Kind of led by Nick Wayne and Leon Slater. So this here is going to be the review of GCW versus Renegades of Wrestling Night 1. This happened yesterday. Tonight's Night 2, and then obviously we have a Sunday show as well. So we're going to run down this card here like we do every GCW show here in Robert Sports Show. First match, we had a triple threat match with Robbie Eagles versus Everett versus Lochy, Hendricks. This is just a prototypical 3-way Lucha Libre style match. Everett Connors, we've seen him a lot in GCW and some other independent companies. Robbie Eagles, seen a lot of him in New Japan. A lot of top rope spots. A lot of dives to the outside. Everett Connors, talented wrestler as well. Don't know anything about really Lochy Hendricks. It's the first time I've got to see him. Robbie Eagles, great cruiserweight, junior heavyweight around the world. Robbie Eagles got the victory here. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. It was 11.5 minutes long. It was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. Next up, we had the Bastard Brothers, Gore and KrackerJak, going up against Backman and Gymbro Jessie. Now, Jack Payne is one of the main guys that wrestles with Backman. Jack Payne wasn't there, but KrackerJak, he cut a hellacious promo. It's like the heel promo, like, I hate all your local sports teams, I hate this, I don't like this, if you don't like me, time. It was like, alright, this is kind of a cool promo. And I love when they talked to Backman, was like, they were like, where's Jack Payne at? Backman's like, oh, he's effing your mom. I'm like, that's even better to say on this. And then they're like, who's going to wrestle with you? Their manager, Gymbro Jessie, she is a powerful wrestler. I wasn't sure how this match was going to go, to be honest with you. I'm like, this match was actually hella fun. I'm sorry, they're called the Bastard Brothers. I mean, really? And Gore's the bigger little brother of KrackerJak. But all serious aside, Gymbro Jessie, she's powerful. She was able to pick up the big man Gore multiple times and slam him. She was her and Gore were kind of the power of the group, and then Backman and KrackerJak kind of the flyers. Overall, good match. The promo was great. You have to go check it out. But KrackerJak and Gore, the Bastard Brothers, getting the victory. I ended up giving it 2 3/4. And for us GCW fans, BUSSY, Effy, and Allie Katch are one of a kind. Apparently, they have a duo in Australia that is just like Effy and Allie Katch. Frankie B and Nikki and Blair. There was a vignette of these two. I'm like, oh my god, it's BUSSY, Australian style. But yeah, this match was actually hella fun to watch, and the vignettes. Oh goodness gracious, I was dying. Match quality wise, it was okay. It's not gonna win anything. It's not gonna win match of the year, but you know what? It was fun, and sometimes matches have to be just fun. 13 minutes of these two teams, 2 3/4 stars. What I ended up giving it. But yeah, I mean, unique style that Effy has, that Frankie B has, Allie Katch, Nikki Van Blair, pretty similar. So, you know, it's just, sorry, Nikki Van Blair, yeah, I got that right. I think, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure on which one was which. I think, yeah, I think the one like, let's see here. Yeah. Nikki Van Blair is basically the Australian Effy. Frankie B is the Australian Allie Katch. Make sure I get that straight. And get 2 3/4 star. Fun match. BUSSY getting the victory. Next up, we had the Renegades of Wrestling. It says ROW, and when I see ROW, I think of the Reality of Wrestling. Booker T's out of Texas. This is the Renegades of Wrestling out of Australia. I gotta keep it straight here. So we had the Renegades of Wrestling title on line. We had champion Caveman versus Joey Janela, the bad boy. Caveman is one powerful human being, but Joey Janela, he is agile. He is be able to escape. He's one of those kind of, he can get out of moves, and he can go ahead and throw hands as well, and that's what he did here with threw hands with him. 20-minute match was actually pretty darn good. I ended up giving it 3-star. What I've seen Caveman in a few matches. Don't know a lot about him. Don't know a lot about all these Australian guys and girls, but I've seen a little bit enough that I know, okay, I know this is going to be a pretty decent match, and it was. 3-star match. Caveman retaining the Renegades of Wrestling Championship. Next up, we had the Renegades of Wrestling Women's title line in a triple threat match. We had champion Aysha versus Lena, Kross versus Steph Delander, the self-proclaimed internet women's TV champion. Apparently, Brett Lauderdale wouldn't pay for Matt Cardona to fly to Australia because he's cheap. Matt Cardona's on his card. He didn't need to go. Apparently, Steph Delander is the greatest women independent wrestler ever. Yeah, no, she's not. Apparently, she is the deathmatch queen. No, she's not. And she should be on SmackDown. Go be tag team partners with the Hot Mess and get away from GCW. But yeah, we can't have that. We gotta deal with her talking. She's not a good talker. Anyway, this match was okay. Aysha getting the victory, retaining her Renegades of Wrestling Women's Championship. I ended up giving it 3-star. Next up, yep, this match was as good as it sounds. Maki Itoh versus Charli Evans. Yes, 2 women who can go out there and wrestle with the greatest, and they can also hardcore wrestle with the greatest. So the cutest one, Maki Itoh, had her cutest little pizza cutter out there and just slicing up Charli Evans. She learned that from Nick Gage. But you know what, Charli Evans, she can deathmatch wrestle with the best of them. She got chairs out. She was bleeding. She didn't quite make Maki Itoh bleed. She was getting a little hardcore there. An 18-minute match. 2 women that don't have a problem with number 1 throwing hands, number 2 getting hardcore. Maki Itoh getting the victory there in 3.5 star. And then the main event. As much as I want to say I'm tired of seeing this match, I'm never tired of seeing this match. We had the AAA Mega title on the line. We had El Hijo del Vikingo went up against Gringo and Loco. El Hijo del Vikingo. You have to be a Lucha Libre fan in order to enjoy these matches, and I get that. Everyone has their own niche. There's people within the Pulse family that don't necessarily feel the same way about Lucha Libre and Vikingo that I do. They get the respect for it, but that's not their cup of tea. Their cup of tea is more the Stone Cold Rock kind of matches, the Bret Hart Stone Cold matches, those style. Undertaker Shawn, that style. The Lucha Libre style, which when I grew up with Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, that's when I started watching wrestling. It was during the height of the WCW Cruiserweights. Psychosis, Super Crazy, all those. And that's why I've kind of, the Lucha Libre stuff with Vikingo, Gringo Loco, Commander, and then on over to even though the Will Ospreay like Christians. That's why I'm a huge Will Ospreay fan. Because Ospreay can do kind of both now. And that's why that Jericho-Ospreay match at All In tomorrow, I'm super stoked for. I remember Chris Jericho was a cruiserweight. I remember when Chris Jericho won his first World Heavyweight title. I remember when Will Ospreay was a light heavyweight. I remember when Will Ospreay won his first World Heavyweight title. So, you know, Gringo, or El Vikingo and Gringo Loco, if you look at what places they've wrestled this year, Vikingo, GCW, AAA, Dreamwave, which that Dreamwave Alternative, or Dreamwave Wrestling, where I just started watching, IWTV, pretty good shows. They got a couple of shows I haven't seen yet here. We got Vikingo versus Gringo Loco. Then we have Vikingo versus Alex Shelley versus Flamita versus Gringo Loco. Vikingo's been on Ring of Honor. He's been on Northeast Wrestling. He's been on AEW. He's been on the AAA, obviously. Warrior Wrestling, The Man Lucha, AEW, Defy, Ring of Honor, House of Glory. Yeah, I mean, Dark Arts Entertainment, yeah. He's been a little bit of everywhere, and it's just like, yeah, it's kind of getting thrown down your throat, but he's that damn good. And not all of it. Some of his matches are pretty close to similar, but some of them lately I've seen have been way different. But this match against Gringo Loco, I'm sorry, when you do a swanton into a 450, who does that? When you do these 630s off the top rope onto the outside, he didn't do that. Did you do the 630 here? I don't think he did a 630 here, to be honest with you, now that I think about it. But it's like, there's so many great moves he does. Gringo Loco, he looks like a Taz, basically. I would say, yeah, a little more athletic. He's an athletic version of Taz. But yet, he can fly like Vikingo, like Ospreay, like the best cruiserweight in the world. But he can also deathmatch wrestle like Nick Gage. It's like, holy crap, you know. But these two guys, 21 minutes, 4.25 star. There's a couple spots that I was like, I didn't feel it. But overall, it was like, this match was good. 4.25 star, 21 minutes. AAA title was on the line in Australia by a AAA wrestler and the GCW wrestler, which blew my mind. But that is Ring of Honor. That is GCW versus Renegades of Wrestling, night 1. 2 more nights of that. Can't wait till those tonight and tomorrow. We also have All In. We also have Red Pro's 11th anniversary. So a lot coming to the Robert Sports Show over the weekend. Some NASCAR stuff as well. Football next week. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. And don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.